Now we are going to learn how to create or how to speak Hindi sentences of can. If we have the English sentences which have the helping verb can, and we have to speak these sentences in Hindi. How can we speak these sentences in Hindi? We are going to learn this subject. Now I have written here 4 sentences. The first sentence is, you can learn to speak Hindi easily with the help of this book. I want to speak this sentence. How can I speak this sentence in Hindi? You can use this telephone to make local calls. She can solve this problem within an hour. She can dance well. We are going to speak these 4 sentences in Hindi. We will use our new method, reverse numerical method, for speaking these sentences in Hindi. By using reverse numerical method to speak any sentence in Hindi, we have to find out subject at first. We have to find out subject at first. The subject of the first sentence is you. The Hindi word for you is tum. Hindi word for you is tum. After finding subject, we should not look at any other word of the sentence. We should directly go at the end of the sentence. And we should find out which word there is. At the end of the sentence, above one, the word is this book. The Hindi word for this book is kitab. Is kitab. Before one, above two is off. The Hindi word for off is ki. Is kitab ki. Before two, above three is help. The Hindi word for help is sahyata. Sahyata. Before three, above four is with. The Hindi word for with is se. Is kitab ki sahyata se. The Hindi word for this book is kitab. The Hindi word for off is ki. The Hindi word for the help sahyata. Hindi word for with is se. Is kitab ki sahyata se. इस किताब की सहायता से. इस किताब की सहायता से. Before 4, above 5 is easily. सहजता से. The Hindi word for easily is सहजता से. सहजता से. Before 5, above 6 is Hindi. Hindi. The Hindi word for speak is बोल. For to ना. For learn सीख. सीख. पर कैन सकते हो. सकते हो. तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. Now you have to pause the video and looking at this English sentence, you can learn to speak Hindi easily with the help of this book. You should try to speak this sentence in Hindi, such as, तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. As this, we have to speak this sentence 5 to 6 times in Hindi. Pause the video and start to speak this sentence in Hindi. After that, we will learn here the sentence by writing. Here subject is you. Hindi word for you is tum. At the end of the sentence, above one is this book. The Hindi word for this book is kitab. Is kitab. Before one, above two is off. The Hindi word for off is ki. Is kitab ki. Before two, above three is the help. The Hindi word for help is sahyata se. Sahyata. Before 3, above 4 is with. The Hindi word for with is se. Before 4, above 5 is easily. The Hindi word for Hindi is easily is सहजता से. सहजता से. Above 5, above 6 is Hindi. Hindi word for Hindi is Hindi. Before 6, above 7 is speak. The Hindi word for speak is बोल. Before 6, above 7 is, above 8 is to. The Hindi word word for to is na. Above 9 is learn. The Hindi word for learn is seek. Above 9, above 10, before 9 is can. The Hindi word for can is sakte ho. The Hindi word for can is sakte ho. Hindi word for can is sakte ho. Sakte हो। तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो। तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो। तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो। The next sentence is you can use this telephone to make local calls. We have to speak this sentence in Hindi. The subject of the sentence is tum, you. The Hindi word for you is tum. The Hindi word for you is tum. After finding subject, we should not look at any other word of the sentence. We should directly go at the end of the sentence. After that, we should come back. Our sentence will be created in Hindi. Our sentence will be created in Hindi. The subject of this sentence is you. The Hindi word for you is tum. At the end of the sentence, above one is local calls. The Hindi word for local calls is sthanik calls. Sthanik means local. Sthanik calls. Tum sthanik calls. Before one, above two is make. The Hindi word for make is karne. Karne means make. Karne. Before two, above three is two. Ke liye. The Hindi word for two is ke liye. Before three, above four is this telephone. Yah telephone. For this, yah telephone. Before four, above five is use. The Hindi word for use is istemal kar. Istemal kar. Before five, above six is can. The Hindi word for can is sakte ho. तुम लोग स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। Now you have to pause the video and looking at this English sentence, you can use this telephone to make local calls. You should try to speak this sentence in Hindi, such as तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। Now pause the video and try to speak this sentence in Hindi 5 to 6 times. After that, we will learn here this sentence by writing. The subject of the sentence is you. The Hindi word for you is tum. At the end of the sentence, above one there is local calls. The Hindi word for local calls is sthanik calls. Before one, above two is make. The Hindi word for make is karne. Karne. Before two, above three is two. The Hindi word for two is ke liye. Before three, above four is this telephone. Yah telephone. The Hindi word for this is yah telephone. Before four, above five is use. Hindi word for use is istemal. Istemal kar. The above six is can. The Hindi word for can is sakte ho. Sakte ho. Sakte ho. तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। The next sentence is she can solve this problem within an hour. She can solve this problem within an hour. The subject of the sentence is she. The Hindi word for she is wo. After finding subject, we should not look at any other word of the sentence. We should directly go at the end of the sentence. And after that, we should come back. Our sentence will be created in Hindi. Here, the subject of this sentence is she. The Hindi word for she is वह. वह. After finding subject, we should look at the end of the sentence. At the end of the sentence above one, there is an hour. The Hindi word for an hour is एक घंटे. एक घंटे. Before one, above two is within. भीतर. एक घंटे के भीतर. एक घंटे के भीतर. Before two, above three is this problem. यह समस्या. The Hindi word for this problem is यह समस्या. Before three, above four is solve. The Hindi word for solve is सुलझा. सुलझा. Before four, above five is can. The Hindi word for can is सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. Now pause the video and looking at this English sentence, she can solve this problem within an hour. Try to speak this sentence 4 or 5 times in Hindi, such as वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. Look here, the subject of the sentence is she. The Hindi word for she is वो. At the end of the sentence there is an hour. The Hindi word for an hour is एक घंटे. एक घंटे. Before one, above two is within. The Hindi word for within is के भीतर. के भीतर. Before two, above three is this problem. यह means this. यह समस्या means problem. समस्या. Before three, above four is solve. सुलझा. The Hindi word for is सुलझा. Before four, above five is can. The Hindi word for can is सकती है. सकती है. Look here. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह एक घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. The next sentence is she can dance well. Subject of the sentence is she. The Hindi word for she is वह. After finding subject, we should go at the end of the sentence, and after that we should come back. Our sentence will be created in Hindi. वह. At the end of the sentence above one is well. The Hindi word for well is अच्छा. Before one, above two is dance. The Hindi word for dance is नाच. Before two, above three is can. The Hindi word for can is सकती है. वह अच्छा नाच 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 सकती है. Now pause the video and looking at this sentence, she can dance well. Try to speak this sentence in Hindi 4 to 5 times. After that, you again play the video and learn here the sentence by writing. The subject of the sentence is she. The Hindi word for she is वह. At the end of the sentence is well. The Hindi word for well is अच्छा. Before one, above two is dance. The Hindi word for dance is नाच. Before two, above three is can. The Hindi word for can is सकती है. वह अच्छा नाच 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 सकती है. Now again we will look at these 4 sentences. English sentence. We should not look at English sentence. We should, if we have any problem, we should look at Hindi sentences. We should directly look at English sentences, and looking at English sentences, we should try to speak the sentence in Hindi. Look here, I will try myself. तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो. वह एक घंटे के भीतर तुम्हारी यह समस्या सुलझा सकती है. वह अच्छा नाच सकती है. आई विल ट्राई अगेन. लुक हियर. तुम इस किताब की सहायता से सहजता से हिंदी बोलना सीख सकते हो. तुम स्थानिक कॉल्स करने के लिए यह टेलीफोन इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो, वह 1 घंटे के भीतर यह समस्या सुलझा सकती हो, वह अच्छा नाच सकती है। अगेन वॉच द वीडियो and try yourself again and again to get the fluency in speaking Hindi. Now pause the video and try yourself. For learning Hindi, the Indian language Hindi, we have written the book named A Speech Challenge to Speak Hindi. If you want to speak Hindi perfectly, continuously watch our videos and suggest your friends to watch our videos continuously on our YouTube channel. And if you want this book, contact us on our email. Send us an email if you want the book. We will send you the email copy or soft copy of the book via email, the Hindi book. So connect us and subscribe our channel and watch our channel continuously. Thanks.